Hello, and welcome to Grug Gaming, and welcome to the January 2019 update. Folks, it is The Legend of Zelda, the original. The Legend of Zelda. Many years ago, Prince Darkness, Ganon, stole one of the Triforce with power. Prince Zelda had one of the Triforce of Wisdom and divided it into 8 units to hide it from Ganon, before she was captured. Go, find the 8 units, Link, to save her. Yes, the original Legend of Zelda. Folks, Nintendo has decided to change up their streaming and recording policies to now not be against Let's Play videos for their first-party titles. So we're going to take a look at Legend of Zelda. The cool thing is you have the NES Classic, the Super NES Classic. You have the Wii Shop, the Nintendo eShop on your 3DS. You have the upcoming Switch Online. There's going to be a lot of cool ways, and there are now, to play some of these Nintendo first-party titles that we all remember. So let's jump in and check out the first Legend of Zelda. I've already made Grug right here. He is ready to go. Let's go ahead and choose him. So here we have Grug. We begin on the overworld at The Legend of Zelda. Now, Legend of Zelda is an adventure game, and one of the things that really makes it a Zelda game, in my opinion, is the structure. The way Zelda works is you go ahead and start out going from one dungeon to the next. In each dungeon, you pick up an item. And as you progress in the game, those items help you defeat parts of the game. Now, in the first Zelda, the dungeons were very linear, not very confusing. The game is not very long, but it definitely sets up that initial set of progression that shows you, go to a dungeon, get an item. That item helps you do the next dungeon, does the next dungeon, does the next dungeon. It's pretty cool. So we need to get our first item, though, which is going to be the sword. Right now, we are alone, but luckily we have a man in here who will give us some sage advice. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. So we'll grab the sword, and the sword in Zelda has always been cool because if you have full life, you can shoot at things, which is always great. So now that we have the sword, we're going to head towards the first dungeon. Now, it's been a long time since I have played through Zelda 1. In fact, I'm trying to think if I've ever actually beaten the first Zelda game. And I don't think I've ever actually beaten this game. I've played it many times, of course, throughout my life, and I've gotten, I don't know how far in it, maybe halfway, 3/4 the way through, but I don't think I've ever actually finished it. We aren't going to be finishing it in this little look at it today, of course, but might have to go in the... Oh! Really? It might have to go on the list of games for us to maybe do a full playthrough on now that Nintendo's cool with it. So here we are at the first dungeon for The Legend of Zelda, and the dungeons take us into a different mood. We go from that bright overworld tune to this dark, evil dungeon tune. And we're going to head on over, and the point of dungeons is we want to get the map that shows us what the dungeon looks like in the layout, the compass, which will show us where the main boss is, and then we'll want to get the special item inside the dungeon. Now, the dungeons also have different types of doors, so we found a key. So this key would allow us to open this door right up here to the north if we wanted to. Also, inside of our menu, whoops, wrong button, you can see that we're automatically creating a map of where we adventure through the dungeon. So even if we don't find the map in the game, we're making a map of where we've been. So we can open this door with our key, but first let's go to the right. And it looks like, oh, there's a skeleton over there that has a key inside of him. We'll go ahead and grab that as well. I don't know if we get anything for killing all the enemies in this room. Let's find out. Nope, nothing special. We did get some rupees, though, and we have our 2 keys, so we'll open up this door. Couple more skeletons. Again, when you're at full health, the game is a lot easier to manage, as you can keep the enemies at bay. Ooh. Man, there's lots of them in here today. Skeletons are popular with dungeons these days. Alright, let's go left. Alright, so this type of door on our right actually doesn't require a key to open, but if we kill all the enemies, that door should open back up for us. There we go. So we could go back if we wanted to, or we could go up. Let's go up. Alright, a couple jellies here. Can't remember what they're called. Slimes or jellies or whatever. So here we actually have another door. In this door, it didn't open when we killed all the enemies, but you see a block. Here we have a block puzzle. Push that out of the way and we can continue on. We get a friend here. Eastmost Peninsula is the secret. So I think, if I remember right, that means I think the second dungeon is out on the eastmost peninsula of the game map of the overworld. So it kind of tells us where to go next, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. I don't think I want to go straight up yet. I think I want to go back here. I want to kind of adventure to the right. Or the east, as they say. Oh, here we go. Ah, we have the compass. So again, this is one of the core items. Oh no. Come on. These poor little bats called keys are the worst. Well, right now they're the worst. We're going to get something to make them a lot easier. So here we can pick up the compass. And we can now see that dot flashing in the upper corner of our map. And if we open up our inventory map, it'll show it too. Oh no, it doesn't actually, because we don't have the full map. That's the boss of the dungeon. So when we get there, we'll be beating our boss for this level. So let's continue on though. Head to the right. Ah, there's the map. Handy dandy map. Take out these slime guys here. Boom! So there we get our map, and we can see that if we continue to the right, we're going to go to the boss. So let's go up first to see if we can't find an item. Ah, another key on a skeleton. We actually don't need to worry about these guys. Whoop. We'll head up again. Ah, and we've got these evil little Moglin dudes. I don't remember their actual name, but they are throwing some boomerangs. Wouldn't it be nice if we had something like that that we could use? Hey, we blocked it with our shield. Grab this key. Let's head to the left. Alright, we got some dangerous spikes. Make sure we don't get caught in them. We're going to trigger them, and then we can run through real quick. We have another block puzzle. Oh, it's so easy to remember Zelda. Ah! We have more bats. Terrible bats. But we also have the bow. So we got the bow, and the bow actually can be very good for beating the boss in this dungeon. We don't have any arrows, though, unfortunately, so we're not going to be able to use it right away. Should have bought some, maybe, if we could find some. Oh! I gotta pay attention. So now it is time for us to go face the boss, and I wish I was still at full health and I hadn't gotten bumped there. Maybe this guy will drop a heart. Nope! The reason I wish I was at full health is because the boss is a lot easier in this dungeon if you have a projectile. Like the bow, or full health. See if we can't get somebody to drop us a heart. Nope. I just don't want to take any more hits. Oh, there's a rupee. Ah! The boomerang! Look at that. Now we get the classic weapon of Link. Tracks back to him wherever you throw it. I love it. Ah, we have this scary room where we're going to have hands come up, out. And these are actually some scary hands because they can send us back to the beginning of the dungeon if we're not careful. Oh, I was really hoping to get another heart. We're going to do something dangerous. We're going to get this time stopper to stop. And we're going to try and get our health back up by fighting these hands until they drop a heart. I think they keep coming. I thought they did. Oh, it looks like there's only a finite number of them. Well, this is going to be more difficult than I wanted it to be. Oh, there we go. I thought there were more. It's dangerous doing this. Ah, there's what we want. Refill our hearts, and let's get out of here to fight the boss. So the reason I want this is we can shoot at the boss while we dodge his projectiles. We kill the boss, we get our first prize, which is a heart container, giving us an extra bit of life. And here at the end of the dungeon, we have our first of 8 pieces of the Triforce. Let's grab it and finish this level. There we go. So if we check out our inventory... Oh, let's use our boomerang to grab that fairy. You can see we have one of the 8 parts of the Triforce. We have got our bow and arrows. We don't have any arrows yet. And our boomerang. We are good to continue. So normally we would continue on, take out all the dungeons, get the 8 pieces of Triforce and fight Ganon. But I'm going to cut away and I'm going to show you a trick to The Legend of Zelda. Give us just a moment. Alright. So now, something to see in The Legend of Zelda is the fact that Zelda actually has 2 quests in it. There's the first quest that we were just on. And once you beat the first quest, you can go on to the second quest. But I think you can do that at any time. So if we register, and instead of naming our hero Link, we name him Zelda. And start our adventure, you'll see that he already has a sword. And actually, it's the... Oh, sorry. We'll grab it here, same thing. It's dangerous to go alone. Now you notice the difference. Our Zelda there had a sword in his hand. That indicates that this is actually the second quest. So, on the second quest, the dungeons are different. I believe portions of the overworld map are different as well. I don't remember all of the things that are different between the first and second quest, but I'm just going to give you a quick show here. So if we head up, whoop, notice, whoop, enemy placement is about the same from what I can tell right now. But we're going to head to the first dungeon. Whoop. Keep going, Link. Or Zelda in this case. Well, I'm not worried about our health. Well, I'm a little worried. I don't want to die getting there. So, you'll notice we're in a different... Even though we've gone to the same place, the dungeon is different. We don't have this door on the left anymore. And if we go here to the right... completely different enemies and no compass over here with keys like we saw previously. So this is the second quest. So it's kind of a cool idea that by just entering a different name, you can go on a second quest, a second adventure, and get twice as much game out of The Legend of Zelda as you would normally. So I think that's really cool. Well, folks, we're going to cut away one more time, and let's go actually look at and talk about the channel. So here we are, looking at the channel here in the month of January of 2019. Now, because of the holiday season, I did not get a video out for December, but that's okay. We're here in January talking about the new year. So, the one cool thing, 310 subscribers. We continue to slowly climb that subscriber count as we play our games and people enjoy them, which is great. We've been putting out the Ultima 7 Let's Plays. We kind of went into that pretty quick after Ultima 6. We're getting through that at a pretty good pace. I'm having fun. The inventory layout, much better than Ultima 6, of course. So we'll get through Ultima 7. It's going to be one of our next games to finish up here. Monster Hunter World is not as popular as the other playthroughs, which is fine. One thing though in Monster Hunter World, I've encountered a small issue with my recording equipment for the way I record that. I should have that resolved very soon, but until I get that resolved in the next week or so, you probably won't see any more Monster Hunter World Let's Play videos just for a little bit. Don't worry, it's not going on hold like the other Monster Let's Play, but there will be a little bit of a tiny break in it while we get that. So in the meantime, you will just see straight up Ultima 7 episodes rolling out for the next little bit. With that, we also had some Ultimate Masters that we opened up on the channel and what's in the box. Got to see some cool cards that came out of that. That was kind of fun to look at. We of course have all of our Ultima Let's Plays and other parts of the channel up and going strong. And our partner, Rough Night Gaming, partner's not the word I'm looking for, featured channel, they have put up some more of their Let's Play videos for Dark Souls 3. They're kind of on and again, off again as far as their video upload schedule. It's hard to say what's happening there, but they have some more videos up if you haven't checked them out. Feel free. But of course, for our channel here at Grug Gaming, we are going to continue on. I have also gone out and purchased a Switch, so I have that as well. So you may see some Switch gameplay go up, especially now that Nintendo has changed their policy. I love Nintendo games. As we talked about when I did the Final Fantasy Let's Play, Final Fantasy and Nintendo games are what got me into gaming. And the ability of us now to look at some of those first-party games, play through them, I'm going to probably gravitate towards those just a little bit, because I love those older games so much. And the ability to play back through them is something I'm really looking forward to on some of those. So, you may see some of that. Of course, there are some newer games I'd like to play too. For example, I have not had a chance to play through the newest Zelda game at all. I've seen a little bit of gameplay, but I haven't played the new Zelda Breath of the Wild at all. I haven't played through Mario yet, or any of the other games that really have come out on the Switch. So I've missed out on those, and I love Nintendo's games, so I'm really kind of personally excited about the change in their policy. It's one of the things that's happened recently that just has me excited. So expect to see some of those as we go out through the next year here. The PlayStation Classic came out. That has some great games on it. I'm still kind of worried about Square Enix. Some people noted they would love to see me play Final Fantasy II. I've played Final Fantasy 1, just to run it through. Final Fantasy 1, Final Fantasy 4, Final Fantasy 6, Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 8, Final Fantasy 10. I have played all those games all the way through at some point in my life. I like all those games. Some of the other Final Fantasies I haven't gotten around to play, and the newest Final Fantasies I haven't really liked. The very newest Final Fantasy I haven't played yet. It looks intriguing, but again, because I can't record it, because I don't know where Square Enix really stands on some of their recording policies, I get kind of worried about going too heavy on those. We are a very small channel. We have seen all kinds of strange things happen to the world of YouTube as far as small channels getting wiped out with copyright strikes, and it's just something I want to be careful of as we continue to grow. Maybe one day we'll be a big channel like a Jim Sterling or somebody else who can not have to worry about somebody just on the internet deciding one day we don't need to exist anymore. But until then, It's something we do have to worry about. So we're going to continue on through the year of January 2019. That's a month. The year of 2019. We're going to play a lot of good games. We're going to have a lot of fun. And folks, you're going to be glad you're here. Hopefully you bring some friends along with you as well. So let's wrap this up by saying let's have a really fun time this next year. I'm going to say to everybody, thanks for watching. Oh, look at that. Getting stuff in the wrong part of the screen. I'm going to say to everybody, thanks for watching. Please tell your friends. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, we hope to see you soon.